get started in about a minute, everybody, if you want to grab a seat. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here, and good evening. Before we do get started, I would like our principal, Dr. Bose, to come on up and open us with prayer, please.
Thank you, families and students. It's wonderful to be here. We have had an amazing winter season, and on behalf of all the students and faculty and staff of St. Mary's Ryken, thank you for making the winter season so much fun. It's great to be here to celebrate you all. Does anyone know who Saint Sebastian is? Saint Sebastian. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. The athlete's prayer. God, let me play well but fairly. Help me learn something that matters once the game is over. Let competition make me strong, but never hostile. Always help me help my opponent up. Never catch me rejoicing in the adversity of others. If I know victory, allow me to be happy. If I am denied victory, keep me from envy. Remind me that sports are only games. If through athletics I set an example, let it be a good one. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Dr. Bose. Welcome, everybody, to the 2022-23 Winter Sports Awards at St. Mary's Ryken High School. As Dr. Bose said, it was an awesome winter season, and I always think every season's awesome, but this was especially one that kind of re-energized and gave us a great shot of life into the community, and I'm excited to celebrate that with you all tonight. Before we do get started, there's most certainly a lot of people that I would like to thank and recognize in this forum to make sure that they get a tiny sliver of their due credit. Starting with our St. Mary's Ryken administration and faculty, obviously Dr. Bose, our principal, Dr. Wood, our president, Dean Parker, Dean Chamberlain, Dean DeLuco, and as I said, our faculty. We're very blessed here to be around a community of leaders that believe in the co-curricular education in academics and athletics. I've only ever worked in school settings, some college, some high school, and that is very rare. And we're very blessed to be a part of a community that its leadership fully embraces. You receive an education at 8:10 through 2:40 in the classroom and on this campus, but then after that at 3 o'clock through sometimes 11, 12 midnight when you're going to PBI and back, and good counsel, that you're also receiving an education. It is co-curricular with academics, and we're very blessed to be able to work with our faculty and our staff and our administration in unison to educate the whole person. Our athletics staff and team, Coach Nick Stauffenberger, who could not be here tonight, he's our assistant athletic director. He just welcomed, he and his wife Amanda just welcomed their second child. Coach Jake Connor, who also could not be here tonight, he is on a professional development trip to the University of Louisville. He's our director of wellness and strength and conditioning. Coach Steven Simpson is our associate head wrestling coach and athletics assistant and Swiss Army knife of all kinds. Coach Gary Wynn, who is our head football coach and an athletics assistant and another Swiss Army knife of all kinds. He's also an assistant strength and conditioning coach. And Coach Lowy, who is another Swiss Army knife who supports in every possible way. I can't thank them enough, and we cannot thank them enough for their tireless effort and commitment to students in our community. If you've ever needed to get let back into this building for your iPad after the sun has gone down, chances are it's been one of them, or a locker room opened, or a gate opened, or some sort of kind of odd job and task. So please, if you could give them a round of applause, I'm sure they appreciate that. A special and huge thank you to our sports medicine staff, Francis Foster and Becky Natoli. Not only, go ahead, round of applause. Yes. Not only keeping our community healthy and safe, but really bringing a sense of team and community to their roles and a sense of pride in not only just their job, but jumping into the pool and joining the community right away and being a part of every single team on this campus. It's been an awesome addition to our team. Teresa Atherton, I don't believe Mrs. Atherton is here, but she is our athletic academic advisor. She dedicates a lot of her own personal time to the student-athlete experience here, specifically geared towards the classroom. She works with a lot of our student-athletes, not all, but most certainly ones that maybe need a little bit of help in success strategies, time management strategies, and getting comfortable with the acclimation to high school athletics, high school academics, and the rigors of St. Mary's Ryken. And she spends personal one-on-one time with those students. I'm sure many of you in here have spent a great deal of time with her, and learned a great deal from her. And just a really cool stat that I looked up in getting ready for tonight. Since she's really sharpened the saw in her role, since 2021, every single team at St. Mary's Ryken has had a 3.2 GPA or better since she began that role. So that's a really awesome. There was just a couple more stats that I dug up and found. There was 200 total winter student athletes this year. 170 of them made the honor roll this year, which is fantastic. So round of applause. And all 8 of our winter sports as a team combined for GPA of 3.635 this year. So thank you, Teresa, and coaches and faculty for your support and of course, fantastic job by all. Thank you to our facilities team, Mike Bosberg, Greg Grigg, and David Kane, for always keeping campus beautiful, especially with the constantly changing and evolving basketball schedules in this place and winter sports schedules and everything that happens. They're ready to answer the bell whenever that does require their time. So thank you to them. Our St. Mary's Ryken athletic boosters, I see one especially. If anybody from the athletic boosters or anybody else is here, could you please stand up? Come on. I know you're at least one of them. Thank you. Yes, thank you. So, to give you all perspective, right, what that group does, yes, I'm sure many of you know, they run the concessions, right? That's probably the easiest thing to grab onto. But their support through concessions, that money goes directly back to the student athletes, to our programs here, through the purchasing of huddle, the camera up there that's on right now, live streaming this, and then the other in the stadium. Those services are provided by the money raised through concessions. And the bazillions of games that go on this campus are really manned by 5, 6, 7, 8 people that help with concessions. And that's a huge resource for us, not just the student athlete with college recruitment and exposure, but for every coach and every team to learn from film and improve and get better and get that level of exposure. So huge round of applause for the athletic boosters. The coaches in the room. Coaches, please stand. You don't have a choice. You have to stand. Coaching is the easiest job in the world from everywhere but the sideline. Coaching is the hardest job in the world from that sideline. It's the most rewarding, in my opinion. I'm biased, of course, but it is the hardest job in the world. And it is, you don't do it for money. You don't do it for time off. You do it for the impact, the student-driven culture and responsibility and values taught. So thank you to our coaches, really from the bottom of my heart, for teaching the Zavarian values that we live out at St. Mary's Ryken, and thank you for your tremendous impact and dedication and commitment to our young men and young women. So another round of applause, please, for the coaches. To the families in this room and others that were not able to be here tonight, thank you for scheduling and planning and coordinating and carpooling and driving and traveling and getting rained on and winter sports don't get rained on quite as much, but I'm sure it does happen. It is an absolute honor and privilege to educate your children and to be a part of their every single day. And we believe that that is what's happening through athletics, that we are educators and we are a part of their entire development and their growth. And thank you for allowing us to sometimes push and challenge your son and your daughter to be a better version of themselves, but to also allow them to see a process that helps them become that. So that cannot be done without you all, and we don't take that privilege lightly whatsoever. So a round of applause, please, for you all for making it work. And last but not least, the student athletes. The credit really belongs to you all. No coach or parent has ever scored a goal or stopped the ball or caught a ball or made a stop or won a game or lost a game or although they may have driven you there, that what happens between the lines and between the buzzers is up to the student athlete. And that experience is really valuable. And the game on the field is connected to the game of life. And I hope that athletics continues to be a source of education and confidence in reinforcing simple truths of life, such as what you give is what you will get in return. What you invest in the bank, so to speak, is what you can withdraw later, and when you need it most. And how you do anything is how you do everything, as if you were signing your name on every piece of athletic performance or practice with great pride. So thank you all for what you've given to St. Mary's Ryken, your teams, yourselves, your family. A big round of applause for the student athletes, please. Okay, so before we jump into the, I'm a fairly sentimental kind of mushy person, so I think a lot about these things. Before we jump into the awards, I would never want to just come up here and just read off the awards and get out of here. There's more to this, I think, than just the winning and losing of awards, right? So I think about that often. Why are sports so important? And these 3 nights, right, the fall, winter, and spring awards, kind of call me to revisit that and rethink that. Why do we care so much about sports, right? Not just us at St. Mary's Ryken, I mean anybody and society. No one in sports is guaranteed to win a championship. So it can't be really because of awards and championships and recognition. So why sports if not awards and recognition, right? There's less of the championships, awards, and recognition than there are people on the team. Not everyone in this room will receive an award tonight. and not every team wins a championship each year. But most of you will continue to play and learn and compete. So why is that? It is the process or the pursuit, the hunt or the chase that successful people love more than the actual result itself. The preparation that builds the belief in the dream and that creates hope each year. Commitment to athletics aligns perfectly with the mission of St. Mary's Ryken, which states we are dedicated to academic excellence and individualized student growth. Like I said earlier, every winter team, at St. Mary's Ryken has at least a 3.2 GPA or above for the second straight year. The portrait of an SMR graduate emphasizes ideals such as being a person of moral character, faith, and social responsibility, to possess an intellectual curiosity while being a lifelong learner who can think critically, building self-assured young adults who stand confident, who are able to form meaningful relationships and be open to diversity. The portrait of a graduate closes with, committed to making a difference in their communities through their leadership. When done properly, the first thing that measures those attributes, somehow in my mind, and I'm sure in many of yours, leads back to athletics. That's how those things are measured. That sounds like the process of forming a successful team. Not a team that wins a game or even a championship, but building a team and building a community and a brothership or a sisterhood. These will serve us long after our final whistle blows, whenever that is, whether it's a seniors in high school or college athletics or beyond. Athletics is how we can see our mission statement, portrait of a graduate, and its varying values in action. The compassion for your teammate to the right and to the left of you. The humility in knowing great accomplishments begin as challenges, and you cannot do hard things alone. The simplicity and belief in the concept of a bigger plan. The team is greater than the individual, and sacrifice will be required. The trust in committing to a process of delayed gratification in knowing a version of ourselves exists that we cannot see right now. And the zeal that unites us when representing yourself, your family, and your school. Kind of that us versus them mentality. Athletics is an essential piece of educating the whole person in God's way of measuring faith, challenging us, and expressing community. Some team highlights that I want to honor and bring to light as well, both on and off the playing field, pool, court, ice. Before we honor our award winners and our individuals, I do want to emphasize some great team accomplishments as we just talked about. And you can clap after each team as well. Okay, so for boys basketball, and Coach Jamal Hullum's first year, it was an awesome first year in terms of just bringing a great amount of energy to the student section at home games, right? There was a different energy, there was a different feel, there was a different atmosphere in this gym, created by many of you, but I think that has a huge part in Coach and the culture that he's building and the guys that were competing on the floor each night. The boys basketball program also defeated Good Counsel at home, who was the number 14 team ranked in the Washington Post, all while doing it with a 3.39 team GPA this winter. So please, a round of applause for boys basketball. Boys ice hockey persevered over and over again through challenge. Coach Mike Vaccaro stepped up to the plate in a huge moment and need for those guys, and was just an awesome leader and an awesome person in helping that program grow. And the future is great with him leading the way. And they represented St. Mary's Ryken in the spirit of true competition and brotherhood in that way, all while doing so with a 3.27 team GPA. So a round of applause for boys hockey, please. Winter Cheer took third place at the Maryland Madness competition and opened their schedule to more national level cheer competitions and events, all while doing so with a 3.62 team GPA. Round of applause for Cheer, please. Dance in its first year, second season and first year, performed at the Capital One Arena, performed at the St. Mary's Ryken Talent Show, Special Olympics, and the SMR Black History Month Expo, all while maintaining a 3.79 team GPA. Girls basketball had a very similar student section and re-energizing the student section and atmosphere in the gym. That was that was one of my favorite post-game rituals that they would have is go to the center midcourt and thank everybody for coming out, and usually after a big win. So that was awesome to see, and great game day atmosphere to have on par with the boys as well. They finished the girls basketball, finished the regular season 6th in the WCAC, advancing to the WCAC quarterfinals for the first time since 2018. Every student athlete in the program made either the president's list or the principal's list. Every single student athlete made the honor roll and had a team GPA of 3.6. So round of applause. Girls ice hockey had the most student athletes on the team in the history of the program, with 17 being first-year hockey players. They moved up to the AA division, which is the top in the region of the MAGHL, all while maintaining a 3.86 team GPA. Our swimming program had 14 of 22 St. Mary's Ryken swimming records are now held by current student athletes in the program. They advanced the most swimmers to the finals of the WMPSSDL in program history. 12 team records were broken this year, including 5 of 6 relay records. The best overall team record in 5 years, all while maintaining a 3.97 GPA. And last but not least, the wrestling program, the majority, I do think it's worth mentioning, so that the wrestling program a portion of them was invited to attend the NCAA National Championships as spectators and take a team trip. So a good portion of them were not able to join us tonight. Coach Gabrielson and a portion of the varsity team were not able to be here, but Coach Simpson and some portion of the team is with us tonight. So we will honor them, and they'll have a separate, they've opted to have a separate team ceremony as well. But our wrestling program was back-to-back WCAC champions this year. They finished second in the state for the second straight year, finished with a top 6th national ranking at national preps for the second straight year, had 8 state finalists, which was a program record, 6 national prep All-Americans as a program record, a 19-2 dual record, all while maintaining a 3.58 team GPA. Okay, so now for some of the individual accomplishments, recognition, and awards. As you hear your name, please come up the right side of the stage, and we will hand you your award. Please stop in the middle for a photo with Dr. Bose, and then when you exit the stage left, please stop in front of the backdrop for a photo as well. We will begin with the All-Washington Catholic Athletic Conference recognition teams as voted on by the league coaches. It's designated for student athletes who stand out during competition in one of the most competitive high school athletic leagues in the country. We'll begin with honorable mention, Lorden Banks. Kaya Cook. Caleb Norcom. And Derek Robinson. Next will be the first team award winners. All of these, by the way, were unanimous votes, which means they received the vote for first team by every coach in the conference. And again, some of these are wrestlers as well, so we might be missing a few. Micaiah Chase. Evan Boblitz, Mason Buckler and Will Buckler, Clayton Gabrielson, Cameron Jefferson, Gerard Johnson, got a long run, Gerard. Gabe Moltemeyer, Makai Neal, and Austin Wood and Tyler Wood. Round of applause for our all-conference winners, please. Okay, and now for our St. Mary's Ryken Awards. The most promising award goes to an underclassman who exhibits strong fundamentals and a good understanding of the game. These student athletes have the potential to lead their respective programs to future triumphs. You all can applaud as the names get called. Robert Turner, Addison Simmons, Josh Strong, Elizabeth Wood, Elias Russell, Amelia Welke, Derek Robinson, Zaria Higginbotham, and Josie Muscola. Another round of applause, please, for our most promising award winners. The Ryken Award is awarded to those who best represent the SMR mission both in and out of the athletic arena. The St. Mary's Ryken mission, a Catholic, co-educational, college preparatory school community operated under the Zavarian Brothers sponsorship, dedicated to academic excellence and individualized student growth. Your Ryken Award winners are Justin Campbell, Harris Smith, Grace Rourke, Dominic Nelson, Kylie Perot, Noah Rogers, Lorden Banks, St. Mary's Ryken Coaches Award is given to the individual who shows great commitment and determination. These student athletes show up ready to play every day with a great attitude, a winner's attitude. Our Coaches Award winners are Julian Moore, Megan Luther, Nick Hawker, Christian Robertson, Kaya Cook and Trinity Chambers, Delaney Huskins and Colleen Moore. Another round of applause for our Coaches Award winners. The St. Mary's Ryken Most Valuable Player Award goes to the most valuable player of the season. The MVP award is an award representing respect. This award is given to those student athletes who best perform for the good of the team. The MVP award winners are Bradley Alpert, Camden Parlett, Juliana Blake, Jay Pulaski, Samantha Pennell, Tim Walker, Micaiah Chase, and Amelia Perrin. Another round of applause for our MVP winners. The next distinction or award is a distinction that's come from the WCAC and an award for someone that's done competed in Micaiah Chase and Coach Micaiah, the ball that's up there is representative of the 1,000 points scored in Micaiah's 4-year career, which also was impacted by COVID, like many of you all know. In addition to Micaiah being a unanimous first-team All-WCAC performer, she was also the runner-up for WCAC Player of the Year this year. So a round of applause. The Team GPA Award is obviously awarded to the team who has the highest GPA of the season. As you all heard prior, every winter team was above a 3.2 for the second straight year. This year, the highest team GPA award given on the behalf of the St. Mary's Ryken Athletic Boosters goes to swimming. If you all coaches and players, come on up, please. All student athletes and coaches come on up to the season. Round of applause for swimming team. So I referenced earlier Coach Jake Connor. He's our Director of Wellness and Strength and Conditioning. He's not able to be here tonight, unfortunately. He's on a professional development trip to the University of Louisville, like I said. I would still give them out on his behalf and sent me some notes that he would like to have me read. He says, thank you to all the student athletes for all your hard work in the weight room this winter. It is an honor to be able to recognize 2 hardworking individuals and 1 winter program in conditioning. These awards are selected based on the 5 pillars of our weight room culture at St. Mary's Ryken: leadership, accountability, energy, attention to detail, and respect. The first award is that he would like to have me present is the St. Mary's Ryken 1% Award, and it's given to an individual female and male and team, as I said. The female award will be given out tonight because obviously she is here their trip, but the St. Mary's Ryken 1% Award for the female student athlete and commitment and excellence in the weight room from Coach Connor is Micaiah Chase. before we part ways from the group session and go to our team breakout sessions, and I'll give those locations here in a second, I do want to recognize and thank everybody for being here and for their commitment to the community, and close with these comments. Athletic accomplishment is an individual or team takes time and consistent commitment. Delayed gratification, as I said earlier, and consistent action is required in anything, most certainly athletics and academics. The only guarantee is that if you stop pursuing and pushing, you will never win or be recognized. These examples in today's world are really all around us. You probably have to get off of TikTok and Instagram for 30 seconds to look and find them. When you get old like me, you will. But if you look around in sports, and if you look for this success and this delayed gratification and consistency and commitment through challenge, you will find these stories of delayed greatness. They're there, they're everywhere. Each award ceremony, I try and find at least one to highlight of a real, it's not a fictional story, it is real. I'm sure many of you are a backup quarterback. At one point was a starter, obviously won at a very high level, as many people do that go to the University of Alabama to play football and compete as a student athlete. In the 2018 national championship game, was benched after being the starter for the entire season in the biggest game of the year. After all of the off-season, he was going to leave Alabama. He really spent a lot of time with his father, who was also his high school football coach. And he reflected on, they had one rule together when they got out of the coach-player relationship and do it very well, which is very hard. So after that national post-game press conference very well, and applauded the young man, Tua, who went in and replaced him, and was positively and publicly supportive of him. But afterwards, and now, does admit that he went back to the hotel room with his mom and his dad and really kind of broke down and asked his dad, what are we going to do? And he vividly remembers his dad saying, we're going to stay and we're going to fight. And he had several interviews in that off-season. And there's one specifically where he's on the field after the spring game here. And eventually he did transfer, but he graduated and committed to his 4 years at Alabama. He says, I'm going to stay and fight. Everyone says I'm leaving, but I'm still here. And finished his 4 years, graduated from the University of Alabama, and then was able to use his 5th year to a really good opportunity for him. He finishes that season as a backup. Like I said, that's his last one. And he has to come into the 2019 national championship game as a backup, off the bench, after an injury to Tua, and he leads a fourth quarter comeback with under 9 minutes left to win the national championship game. And I think about, especially now, in today's day and age, right, how many people, it's hard. Everybody tells you to leave and go to the immediate best possible situation rather than stay and commit and grow and serve your team and serve the program and serve the school and serve yourself through that challenge. And if you fast forward to 2023, he just started the Super Bowl for the Eagles and had an MVP type season, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get paid pretty darn well. So it's a really it's amazing true story in athletics that plays out right before us, and if you look for it, they're all around us. And lastly, I would be remiss if I did not address those who did not receive awards tonight. I have been in your shoes. I have sat where you are sitting, quite often more than the award winner. It is not the end of your athletic career. And it is okay to be disappointed and turn this into positive motivation for yourself and for your team. Use it as fuel for the fire to help you and your team improve, but it will never determine your value as a member of the team. That's the most important thing to me, to be honest. That will be determined by your commitment to being a great teammate and to the goals of the group, regardless of your individual accolades or ability. There is no award that determines that value because those members of the team are invaluable. It cannot be measured, but it is most certainly felt. Great teammates make great people, and great teams are full of great teammates. As you grow to become a partner, a parent, an employee of a professional team in your occupation, a contributing adult in your community, being a great teammate that puts the mission and the success of the group first is still the most valuable skill that you can possibly have, and we hope that you will be very well prepared for that because you went to St. Mary's Ryken and were a student athlete. So without further ado, I cannot thank you all enough for being here and for being committed to our mission and our vision as a school, as an athletic department, and to your programs, and as a family and a community. Thank Okay, so we're going to break from here, and each of the programs will have their own breakout session. I'm going to give you coaches, you can come on up and collect your box that has all of the other awards, the pins, the letters, and things like that. And I'm going to give you your locations right now, so just hold tight until we get through all of the teams and locations. Boys basketball, you're going to be in Alumni Hall, the cafeteria. Boys ice hockey, you're going to be downstairs in the yoga room. Cheer, you're going to be on the Donnie Williams Center stage side. Dance, you'll be underneath here in the Donnie Williams Center team room. Girls basketball, you'll be on the Donnie Williams Center concession side. Girls ice hockey, you will be in the media center. Swimming, you will be in the auditorium. And coaches, you can come on up and collect your boxes, please, and head to those breakout locations. Thank you all for being here, and enjoy your breakout sessions. Have a wonderful rest of the spring seasons.